Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you exactly how I built raised beds that are self-watering and self-fertilizing for 20 years. You can build these beds absolutely for free. This is something that is so easy, so practical. It's an old world method that I did accidentally, but later found out that it's actually an old German method called hugelkultur. And I'm going to tell you all about it today and show you how well it has worked for me. This is very interesting and very easy. When I started my second set of raised beds, I did something that just made sense to me, and I found out later that it's actually an old world technique. Now, I built borders around my beds. You don't have to even do that with this. The way that it was done in the past was to simply stack logs, old wood, and debris. Big ones first, smaller ones on top like you're gonna make a fire. And then put a little bit of smaller debris on top of that, like hay, leaves, whatever compost you have on hand. Doesn't even have to be composted yet. You're basically making a living composting pile that you're going to plant directly into. Then you put your dirt on top of that and plant right into it. The first year, it's going to be just like a normal raised bed. You're going to have to water and maybe fertilize if you need it. But every year after that, for 20 years, it will be self-fertilizing and self-watering. The reason for that is that the wood, as it begins to break down, will become spongy and porous, and when it does rain, it will soak up lots of water and hold on to it. So as you go through dry spells, the roots of your plants can draw from that moist wood buried underneath. It's also going to be slowly releasing lots and lots of nutrients for your plants to eat. It's going to be attracting in earthworms that are going to be leaving castings, which are amazing for plant productivity. They're also going to be aerating the soil for you, which helps with the roots growing and being healthy and prevents a lot of disease. All these things are happening on their own naturally in these beds. And I can say that I have seen a big difference in the ones that I built like that and the ones that I didn't. The very first ones that I built, I didn't. They were just clay dirt at the bottom and good dirt on top. And they work, but I do have to amend the soil. I do have to add things to it to help to keep it productive. Whereas these other ones, I do nothing. And I also have to water the big ones more because they don't have that wood in the bottom holding on to the moisture. Now, one thing that scares people about burying wood in their beds is an old school teaching that it will bind up the nitrogen and starve your plants. Okay, there was scientific research done, and this is what's been proven. If you use wood chips mixed in close to the surface, there will be bacteria decomposition that will bind up the nitrogen and starve your plants. You would have to add more nitrogen to compensate. But with a hugelkultur bed where the wood is buried deep, that doesn't happen because it's a whole different decomposition process. It's not primarily driven by bacteria, but rather by fungus. And the fungus doesn't bind up the nitrogen. So all it's doing is releasing the nutrients, and it's also creating a network of fungus that's helping to bring those nutrients farther up the surface where your plants can more easily grab hold of it. So in every form and fashion, it's doing what nature does best. It's helping the plants to thrive in an environment that's very natural and very similar to what you would find, on a riverbed where old trees have washed up on the shore and been covered with dirt, or a forest floor where something has fallen and over time it's decomposing and things are growing in it, leaves are falling and decomposing on it. You're creating that yourself. The great thing about this is it costs absolutely nothing. I put boards around mine, but you don't even have to do that. You can stack branches around it if you want, because they're just going to decompose just like the rest of the wood that's buried, but you don't have to. In the old world beds, they just buried the wood and they made a mound and they planted right in it, and things just thrived and grew, and they do well even in times of drought, when you don't have fertilizer, when you don't have water, when you don't have much of anything. In fact, the beds that I have that are oldest that were made like this, I don't even replant them. They are so fertile that the seeds from the previous year that have fallen in them will come up on their own in the next season. And I'll show you some that are like that. But they don't even have a lot of weeds in them for me to keep up with, because weeds are kind of nature's way of trying to repair the soil. So when the soil is already good, you don't have that much problem, and your good plants can actually thrive so quickly that they quickly overshadow the weeds and they don't have to compete. So this is super easy. It's literally free. You don't have to worry about fertilizer shortages or droughts, which we're having more and more of. I recommend, if you're going to build raised beds, whether you're putting a border, do it this way. Or if you don't have money to do anything, I'm telling you, if you were on the run living in the woods, you could make a hugelkultur bed with the things that you find just laying around, and it would produce food in abundance. So to me, this is the best way to build your beds, so that you don't have to worry so much about amending soil and watering and tending and weeding and figuring out how to make worm castings and all of these other things. It's all being done naturally, the way it was intended. All right, these beds that you see behind me, I didn't plant them, they reseeded themselves. They have been thriving for years without any care. These were done hugelkultur style. Again, like I said, I didn't know at the time what I was doing, but it has proven to work abundantly. The best thing is that it doesn't matter how bad your soil is, you can still have a thriving garden. Because look at these beds behind me compared to what's growing over here in the dirt. We don't have good dirt here. We don't have good soil. We struggle to get things to grow in the ground. But I'm going to show you up close the difference. These plants in the ground were planted well before any of those were. Those have outpaced them dramatically. These are, they're struggling along. They're gonna make it. They're gonna do something. But even with me adding compost and manure and things to this area, which is what I have to do to get it to grow, they're not doing as well as these that I do nothing to. Even as small as these beds were, now you can make mounds much bigger than this and get a lot more out of it. But definitely works. Definitely worth it. Definitely gonna keep doing it. Learning more and more and sharing it with you. All right, I'm gonna show you these beds were not done with anything in them but dirt. And they do well, but I put a lot of work into them. I put a lot of manure and compost and things like that. These, however, these I don't do anything to. And look at that, there's already some tomatoes coming up in there. They're abundant, they're amazing. Look all the little blossoms. Look how much is growing out of these tiny, small little beds. There's just abundant feeding. Look, there's beans growing up in there from previous seasons. I didn't plant any of these tomatoes. Look on this side. I have a whole video where I showed how I made these beds. I'll link it up in the description if you want to see it. They cost me less than $50 a bed, including the trellises. And they have just been amazing. I have descriptions videos on how I made these as well. I'll link that up if you want to see it. I think if you did this, but added the wood, you would have an amazing, flourishing garden. And these beds are in their first season, so of course they will still thrive even in their first season. But these are just going to work better and better year after year, even with heavy usage. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope you found this information useful. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Leave something in the comments so that you're notified next time we put out more content like this. We're always trying to help you to live simple, healthy, happy, and inexpensive. So like, share, subscribe, do all the algorithm things. Thanks for watching. And as always, see you next time.